What? I'm shooting behind the scenes. This is how you do it, right? It's not. Oops. Hello, I am Mel and welcome to my channel. I am so happy that you are here with me. I actually really wanted to say right then, hello my beautiful people.
Okay.
I don't know why. Guess what? I have started to live stream. Being in front of a camera is already really scary to me. Thought of live streaming on my own. I mean, I'm part of a Friday night panel on The Expert. If you haven't seen it, you have to. That link will be down below. Trying to stream on my own, the whole thought is so intimidating. But I'm just like, just do it. So I did, and it ended up being fine. It was so much fun. You know, the chat was just absolutely lovely. And I spent 2 hours just getting lost in chat. At one point, I think I was about half an hour behind when people were sending messages and I was being made fun of.
What a surprise.
Okay.
But no, it was absolutely great. And if you would like to join me for my next live stream, make sure that you are subscribed, turn on your notifications, and yeah, come hang out and chat with me, and I'll probably be reacting to something. So it could be a fun time.
10 years later.
Back to why we are actually here.
Finally!
I don't know if I've actually told you guys what I actually do for a living. I am a professional photographer. I don't know if any of you guys will actually believe that. And no, I don't shoot weddings and christenings. I don't know if it's an Australian thing, but as soon as I say I'm a photographer, that's automatically the question that I get asked. They don't think as photography as this like super creative thing.
Oh.
So I thought to myself, what better topic to cover for this video? What better use of my skills into a subject like this? 10 ridiculous movie posters that are the definition of Photoshop fails. So I am not a retoucher and I'm not a fabulous retoucher in any sense of the word. But I do have to know a certain level of retouching to be able to do my job. Oh, well, not particularly my job, but you know, just to be a photographer in general. So I thought this would just be something interesting to look at, and let's see what my opinions are. And yeah. Okay, all right. Are we in position? As the audience's first visual impression to bring attention to the upcoming feature, posters are essential for any movie. As the promotional images for any movie's material, a lot of work goes into making their posters visually appealing yet impressive to the audience. Sounds reasonable. A poster describes a movie in one image in order. Without a poster, studios must rely exclusively on words, which can quickly become dull and forgettable. Well, this is very true. As promotional materials, these posters are going on the internet, in theatres, and even on massive billboards for millions to see. That's why graphic designers often go to the extra mile to make these posters look as flawless as possible. Well, that was quite the introduction, wasn't it? And sometimes they go very extra. I nearly forgot that bit. Product placement. If you have seen one of my shorts, I unboxed pretty much this bag, but in a different shirling. Let's continue. Which results in very face-palming movie posters. In cinema's history, there are many movie posters that have become humorous classics solely due to how badly they were photoshopped. So let's take a look at these 10 infamous movie posters and see just how ridiculously they fail. I think we got a bit of a typo there. All right. Number 1. My God, my hair. Spider-Man 2, 2004. Okay. The movie poster, Spider-Man 2, is a classic Photoshop fail. At first look, Kirsten Dunst is shown with her hand on Spider-Man's shoulder. The positioning of her hand, however, is stuff of anatomical horror. The length and shape of her arm here make it look like rubber. Her thumb also appears unnatural. Yeah, you can kind of, if you can see my cursor, yeah, that kind of, so it'd be, yeah, that, I know I'm at the wrong angle, but yeah, it kind of seems weird, but you know what? Probably kind of get away with this one. It's not super, super noticeable unless you're really, really looking. So I may give that one a pass, but you can kind of see where, like for Tobey Maguire's arm, that they've put in the shading like underneath the hand. Pretty Woman. Well, the first thing you know is the dress. That's the first one that you notice for me, and I haven't even read this yet. All right. The poster for Pretty Woman actually does not reveal that Richard Gere's character has dark grey hair throughout the film. Instead, Gere's hair was significantly darkened in the movie poster to the point that actually merges with Julia Roberts' hair. Oh my God, it does too, because he's really grey in that movie. I never noticed that before, but yeah. And then, yeah, like, that's, there you go. Did they adjust his height as well? I wouldn't put it past them. All right, next. Number 3, Sex and the City 2, 2010. All right, what are they going to say about this one? Sex and the City 2 poster has a lot of awkward Photoshop fails. Take a look at Kim Cattrall's bizarrely elongated elbow, making her look more Sharon Stone than Samantha. Sarah Jessica Parker's upper arms are also disproportionately slimmer than her forearms. Oh my God, yeah, look. Can you see that? Holy moly. Well, you know that they're going to slim down all the characters in this. They're going to make them try to look as skinny as possible. And yeah, they're like, when you think about it, all of those actresses were like in their 40s and Kim Cattrall probably in her 50s. So they're going to be smoothing out those lines. Meanwhile, this camera doesn't focus, so it kind of looks like I've got no lines. All right. Number 4, Titanic. What are they going to say about this one? The iconic Titanic returns to theatre for its 25th anniversary and is announced with an extremely elegant looking poster. That is until you give it a closer look. In the poster, Kate Winslet appears to have 2 very different hairstyles on each side of her head. Can we have the name of her hairstylist, please? All right, let's have a look at this. Oh, yeah, look. So, like, this part of it is, like, up, and then the other side is down. You know what? It's probably symbolism for her, like, uptight persona of where she walked onto the Titanic to the freeing of when she meets Jack and she's free to be herself. That could be what it is. I may be trying to delve a little bit too deeper into these than trying to see Photoshop fails. 5, Blonde and Blonder. All right. A Photoshop job on this poster is blatantly poor. Pamela Anderson and Denise Richards' heads are obviously put on other bodies, that their heads look way bigger than their doubles bodies. Yikes. Oh my God. Those heads, oh my God, if I can do a zoom in, that looks so bad. Like, well, let's face it, the whole poster looks fake. So, and the amount of plastic surgery they both probably had, it doesn't help, but yeah, That looks really, really silly. Doesn't even look like the heads are like positioned on the bodies properly. Like the angles of the bodies to the angles of the heads look so weird. My battery died. All right, let's continue. Number 6, The Bounty Hunter. Let the X Games begin. Jennifer Aniston's head looks to be disproportionately large in comparison to Gerard Butler's head. Second, Gerard Butler's pose on the poster, which shows him sitting on Jennifer Aniston's buttocks, just looks wrong. It half doesn't even look like he's sitting on her butt properly. Like, it kind of looks like he's kind of over her butt, if that makes sense. But speaking from like a photography point of view, if you're actually looking through a lens, the proportional distance actually probably doesn't look that bad because they are in 2 different spots. So her head technically should be bigger than his. Does that make sense? Yeah, she's in the foreground. Her head's going to be closer to the camera than what his is.
Accurate.
That actually makes sense to me. Maybe I'm just weird. Number 7, Legend of Tarzan. So, the poster for The Legend of Tarzan is not without fails. One of the apes on the right seems out of place, with a different expression than the other apes on the poster, who appear angry and aggressive. This unfortunate monkey appears to be oh so confused, just like us when we spot him. His face is like... Yeah. But because the poster is so dark, you don't necessarily notice that. But it's one of those things of once you see it, you can't unsee it. All right, so number 8 is The Whole 10 Yards. On the billboard for The Whole 10 Yards, the central character's hands appear to be out of proportion to their face. Furthermore, Bruce Willis's face seemingly matches the body in the poster. Am I reading this wrong? Words are hard. But the legs are just too thin to belong to Willis. Okay, hang on. Yeah, they look like ladies' legs. Like, they're shaved and they're tiny. They don't look like a dude's legs at all. And like, the hands, so the hands over the top there also look fake. And you can tell, like, obviously that they've put different people like in different places, like they're all being shot individually and then it's all been stitched together. You can tell like with the shadowing and all that kind of stuff. What's with the chicken down the bottom? I haven't watched this movie in a really long time. And Matthew Perry looks so weird in this poster. Like you can kind of tell that his whole like body does not go with this shot. I feel like I need to say in this, being like, please don't take my word as gospel. I am just a humble photographer. I know nothing. All right, number 9, Heavy Petting. I don't actually think I've seen this movie. It doesn't look familiar to me. It's gonna get rough. Brendan Hines looks to be kissing Marilyn Ackerman on the cheek in the Heavy Petting poster. The dog in the photograph, however, is clearly not authentic and has been photoshopped in. Just look at how awkward the dog is standing. Oh yeah, the dog is completely photoshopped. It's just like, you can tell, like, and I don't even know if that looks real, because sometimes you can kind of tell from the shadowing if it's real or not. Like, they've put that little bit of shadowing in there, and like, obviously the dog is fake because he's got his paws on the heavy petting wording, and like the tongue isn't even licking her face. It's just like a random like lick out. Once again, you're not meant to notice these things. It's just like when there's like little errors in continuity and things like that in movies, you're not meant to pick up on these things. But yeah, this one, it looks bad. I'm not gonna lie. Imagine like seeing like a huge poster for that. But then again, you're walking past this poster in a movie theater, you're just taking a quick glance at it. You're not meant to, like, are you really standing there and analysing a random poster? Are you really? I know I don't. Number 10, Arrival. Why are they here? Have I seen this movie? Oh wait, there we go. I don't know if I've seen this movie either. I think I've got a list started. The Arrival poster is supposed to showcase Hong Kong's spectacular landmarks, minus a distinct pointed structure in the bottom right-hand corner. This is the Oriental Pearl Tower, and there is nothing wrong with it except that it's located in Shanghai, 764 miles from Hong Kong. Geography. Who needs it? So where was this meant to be? Well, it's like maybe they can explain it away because it's a fantasy movie. Because things like this don't exist in real life. So what does it matter if one tower is in another place? Okay, that's just really poor form. At least have your buildings in the right place. Does this person even know China or Hong Kong? Perhaps not. You would do your research. Oh Lord. All right, guys. So what did we think of those Photoshop fails? I actually didn't think that they were too bad. I'm sure that could probably spot a lot more Photoshop fails if we analyze the Kardashian family. Actually, that might actually be a really interesting one to have a look at. What do you guys reckon? Let me know. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. Please like and please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm on a mission to try to get monetized this year. I don't know whether it will happen, but you know what? You gotta have a goal in life, and this is gonna be mine. And that is it from me. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.